Hello everybody, welcome back to All Things Gumball. My name is Neil. I'm not making as many videos as I used to on this channel because I feel like I've covered everything. There's only so much you can talk about. It's a very, it's kind of a simple business if you really think about it. Buy a vending machine, find a location, repeat the process. You know, it's like they say, rinse and repeat. Buy a vending machine, and you can find vending machines on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. I'm sure there's other websites that I'm not as familiar with. I know the younger people are. I think there's a 5 Mile or OfferUp or something like that. But go to these websites and find a vending machine. You can find vending machines for $50, $60, $70, $100. And I always say, do not buy vending machines that are brand new. If you lose the location, if you lose the machine, if someone steals the machine or the business goes out of business, and the people that run the business, they decide they want to, steal the machine, you have no way to get that machine back. And if you've spent $300 for a brand new machine, you're going to be really disappointed. If you have two machines on location and you lose one, that's 50%. So the more machines you have, the less of a sting it is when you get a machine stolen. And to be honest, I've had probably 30 machines stolen from me or misplaced or whatever. And it does hurt. It really does hurt. It's frustrating. It's theft. It makes you angry, but that's a part of business. I said this in another video. I used to work at Home Depot. One of the things they were teaching us when I first started working there was they lose, and I'm telling you, this one store, one location, one store, the one that I was working in, which was in Louisville, Texas, and they told me, or told us in the class, they lose $1 million worth of property every year. $1 million worth of goods either get stolen or broken or miscounted or something. Maybe they're cutting a piece of plywood and they cut it wrong, so they have to do another one, and that one ends up going in the trash heap. So I'm still making videos. Yes, I love the video process, or I love making videos, and I have a couple other channels. There's a link right up here if you want to check this video here. My daughter and I spend a lot of time together, and we started a cooking channel. So if you want to check that out, click on that and you can see some of our videos, and subscribe to that channel if you like. Help us grow that channel.
In a world and time when food was plentiful and people cared very little for their health, two rival chefs come together to form an unbreakable bond to teach and serve the most delicious foods and health-giving tips. Toast! An exclusive new channel found only on YouTube.
I know there's a lot of cooking channels out there, so, maybe you're not going to really learn much if you watch our channel, but it'll help us grow and it'll get us pumped up and get us excited if we see the numbers rising. And again, as always, my phone number is 214-708-9287. If you want to call me on that number, give me a text first before you call. I do get a lot of junk phone calls, like bill collectors and solicitors. So send me a text, and if you're Canadian, send me a text first. If you're in Canada or wherever and you call me, I'll answer the phone if I know it's you. Yeah, definitely. A lot of the people that are calling, not a lot, but a couple are calling from out of state or out of country, and I can't call back on the phone that I have. So text me, send me a text that you're going to be calling me in an hour or whatever, in case I'm taking a nap or something, and I will answer your phone call. So if you have any questions about the business, definitely I will answer that call. I'm not going to turn you guys away. I know that it's a simple business, but maybe you have some questions on how to find locations or something. Now you may be wondering what I'm doing. I'm still working on getting another business started, and I've got a few irons in the fire, and I haven't taken them out of the fire yet because I really don't know what I'm going to do. There's a couple of ideas that I'm thinking about, but once those get operational, I will tell you more about those. And I know it's been a while. I've had some financial difficulties with COVID and all that. I still have a lot of machines that are working, tons of machines that are working, and I'm losing locations here and there. But a friend of mine who I've gotten to know over the years has hired me to come up to Boise, Idaho, and you've seen me talk about that in other videos. he's asked me to come up and help him build a business, which I'm doing. And here you can see me working on some of his vending machines. He's buying them brand new, but he has a lot of money. His dad died and left him quite a bit of money in an inheritance. So he doesn't mind paying for me to come up there. He'll pay for a plane ticket, send me up there to Boise, and I'll find locations for him, and he pays for the room and board and whatnot. And I went out and I found in the last time I went up to Boise, and I've gone up there several times to help him with his route. He's got about 30 right now, and I've found all the locations. The last time I went out to find locations for him a couple of weeks ago, and I found for him 10 in like in 3 days. So people are still letting you put vending machines in their stores, and the problem is not that's not the problem. The problem isn't getting the machines in. That's easy to do. The problem is, do the people want to buy the candy? In other words, the reason I say that is because everyone's worried about COVID and catching a disease or whatever, so maybe the candy that's not wrapped up in a plastic bag or a can, like a Coke can, things like that, they're not as likely to buy them maybe because they're thinking, I don't know who's putting their dirty fingers up the chute of the vending machine. I think my sales are going down a little bit because of that, so that's why I said I'm wanting to look into another business. But as I said to you just now, I'm finding easy, it's easy to get the machines into stores. And what this guy is working on, he's not doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm doing peanut M&Ms and plain M&Ms and Skittles and Reese's Pieces and Mike and Ike's and hot tamales and Boston baked beans and chiclets and gumballs. I'm doing a lot of variety. He's focusing on two things. He's focusing on bouncy balls, rubber bouncy balls, and gumballs. So he probably, at the very least, if nobody buys gumballs, they can still buy the toy bouncy balls, and they're not going to have to worry about the kids putting that in their mouth and getting maybe contaminated or whatever, a sickness or whatever. I do want to talk about one thing here. I know this video is coming out way after Easter, but I want to show you a product. Look at this. This is Starburst. I said Starbucks. Starburst jelly beans. Okay. Starburst jelly beans. Now, Sam's Club, they sell these containers. I know this is way late, but I just want to put this in your brain just as a thought for maybe next Easter when Easter rolls around. Sam's Club sells these, I think, like $10 per box. And the candy is quite good. It's very fruity. It's very citrusy. You've got grape. You've got cherry. You got strawberry, lime, lemon, orange. I think that's about it. Very tasty candies. Now the problem is, it's a good thing and a bad thing. Here's a negative and a positive. The positive part is when Sam's after Easter is over. A couple weeks after Easter is over, or like let's say 1 week after Easter is over, that candy will go on sale for 80% off. You can buy a container of that candy for $2, and you may think to yourself, this candy is a bargain because I can get 10 bottles, for $20. 10 of these containers for $20, and that's a really good bargain if you're putting this on the table in a bowl. And people can just come and grab a handful, if you're at a picnic or something, or Christmas dinner or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Put it on the coffee table, and when guests come over, they can have some candy. And putting the candy in a bowl on the coffee table reminds me of a story. Me and my wife, when we were married, we went out looking for houses to buy. We went to an old lady's house, and she showed us around, and we really liked the house, and we sat down at the coffee table to sit and discuss options for us buying and her selling. And I noticed there was a bowl of peanuts on the table, and I just started eating them while we were talking. I got so wrapped up in the conversation that I ate about half the bowl of peanuts before I, stopped. And I said to her, man, I'm really sorry I ate half these peanuts. I didn't mean to. It was just kind of, I was so focused on the conversation. She said, that's all right. After I finish sucking all the chocolate off, I just stick them in that bowl. Yes. So, $2 a container, and it sounds like a deal, but the problem is these candies are sold around Easter time. And after Easter, it gets hot. At least in Texas, it does. And this candy really absorbs the humidity in the air, and it gets sticky. It gets very sticky. So take your chances. If you're in a cold climate, this might be a really good product to buy. But here in Dallas, Texas, this is not a good product to put in your machines. And it tastes good, and it can be cheap if you buy it at the right time. Anyway, check out my other channel. It's a cooking channel. You know, just check it out, subscribe, even if you don't really care about cooking. Like I said, it'll help our numbers. That's about all I have. Like I said, feel free to call if you have any questions. Text first. And just wanted to let you guys know I'm still operating, still doing vending business. I guess I'll catch you guys on another video. Or I guess you'll catch me on another video. Have a good evening, have a good morning, or have a good afternoon.